Hi guys, hi, it is a pleasure having you on board this evening at this moment. Today we are to examine on the board of the moment of prosperity brought to you by Easylife Media. What we have to examine today is the law of savings. How can savings prosper you? The law of savings as money begin to come. So you are already being involved. You are making money because income is about coming to you. And let me say this, focus on making a lot of money. Let me repeat, work hard, use your head, use your brain, use your brain, use your brain, use your brain, and use your head. Make a lot of money. When you are making a lot of money, don't just make money. Focus on making a lot of money. I repeat, because the moment you start making money, demand will begin to increase on your life. Without anybody coming to look for you, to say, even help me, wherever you are, without anybody coming to ask you for a favor, without anybody putting demand on you, the moment you start making money, you begin to see things you were not seeing before that you need to attend to. It is when you start making money. It is when you start making money, okay, that you start to see things in a brighter perspective. Let me tell you, it is when you start making money that you know and you come to realize how bad your shoe is. Am I the one that has been using this shoe? You ask yourself rhetorically. You ask yourself, am I the one that has been using this shoe? You ask yourself. That is why you suddenly realize the car you have been using does not befit your status. So you start seeing yourself in a new mode of life. And as you start making more money, your expenditure start increasing. And that is why I advise, work harder, strategize better, try to make more money. You need more money. You need more money in life. You ask yourself, is this car I've been using before? Is this kind of cloth I've been using before? Is this kind of the thing I've been using before? You start asking yourself. And what is the meaning of this? When your income increases, your taste begin to increase. So I challenge people, any forum I'm invited to talk, to say, don't just make money, don't just increase your income, make a lot of money, make a lot of income, make a lot, very a lot. Now, from income, I move to the law of savings. It is when you make more money, you make more income, that we can talk about savings. Now, from making a lot of income, I come to savings. Financial security is to say, begin with the discipline. And what is that, the discipline? Savings. Savings, call it first fruit parts. I'm going to use in this episode of today, I'm going to use fruits as a very good example of the necessity of saving, the imperative of saving, the understanding of savings. Now, when you see a fruit, let's take an example of a mango fruit. The flesh part, I call it flesh. The flesh part of a mango. So this is what a fruit is all about. And I say to you, and I say, have you noticed that most time the seed in the fruit is always very small? Have you ever observed this? That when you take a mango as an example, the fruit is the flesh there is always bulky, but the seed inside the mango fruit is always small. So when you make a lot of income, that is a mango as an example. Now the seed inside, let's let me say an example. The seed inside represents 10% or 20% of your saving strategy. Very small. Let me go on with my explanation. The flesh part of it is usually much. So here is the flesh of it. And you take mango as an example. I will not have mango tree in constant production if those mango fruits I heat everything. So the best thing for me is to heat the flesh and plant the seed there. That is when I can have as many tree of mangoes as possible. I use the example, the savings habit. I use the example of a mango fruit. When you see a mango fruit has a lot of flesh, very small seed. So when you heat the whole flesh, ensure you don't heat the seed inside. And when you see the seed inside, what you are expected is to plant. That is taking part of your income to investment. That is saving. No matter how small, continue to save. When you save, you invest. And when you invest, this investment will continue. Like you plant a seed of a mango fruit, then the seed will germinate. The seed will continue to grow. The seed will continue to grow gradually, continue to grow gradually. Somebody say hi there. The seed will continue to grow gradually. And when the seed grow, it becomes a tree. And when it becomes a tree, it starts bearing fruits. And this fruit will be another stream of income. The seed is to be able to germinate another tree. And from that tree, you can now have more fruit. So if you have patience enough and you choose to delay the desire to eat the fruit, the seed and the plants, and make do with the flesh, and that is available to you, what will then happen over time is what you will have many trees. You stand to have many trees and many mango trees and multiply fruits. And that is the simple law of income and savings. Enough to even have a moment where you can hit part of the seed. So you can spend your money anyhow when you have a many stream of income, but you need to, but you will not be affecting the tree. Okay, for a man who owns mango tree, if he chooses to eat mango seed, he already has trees that will regenerate them. You, oh, it will take a time to catch. where what I just said, what a man who has mango tree, the man has paid the price to develop, to create, and to expand. So you have a farm. He has he has created a massive farm where you have your thousands of mango trees. If you choose to say, I will eat the mango plus the seed from my mango tree. So don't forget that it is the mango and the seed you are eating. You are not eating the tree. The tree is there for you to germinate more, to produce more fruits. That is, when you are eating, when you are taking your stream of income, when you have invested, when you have so many stream of income, and you choose to spend the income, because you have many stream, there can never be problem again. You have entered, and this level, at this point now, you have entered a realm in your life where what you eat from the mango tree cannot reduce you, because the tree will generate the more fruit again, and that is the level you have built yourself. Am I talking to somebody there? Am I addressing your attention right now? Okay, it took me years to be able to achieve this level. Okay, I started doing things, investing and doing a little things gradual. It is little when I started taking small amount of money, investing. That is when you take a single fruit and you take a single seed out of a single fruit, you plant, you start germinating, and you are nurturing gradually, gradually. And that is why the journey towards wealth creation requires patience. It will take time, but earlier you begin, the better. My listener there, you take an example from Warren Buffett, who is a billionaire today in dollars. If Warren Buffett chooses to buy a private jet, like for instance now $50 million. Hello, somebody there? That is not going to affect him. It cannot affect him negatively. Because what? Guess. He already has a system, a wealth creation system. Are you following what I am saying now? Are you listening to me there? He already has trees planted from one stage to another that will always produce fruit for him. I'm referring to Warren Buffett. So, what fruits he chooses to eat, there is this tree. That is, whatever amount of money he chooses to spend, there are sources of the income generating more money for him. Okay, so that is what we are saying. There are still three that will generate fruits to cover up for what Buffett has eaten. That is why some of them today, you are talking about the entrepreneurs, the millionaires, can give out. They can spend anyhow because they have a lot of stream of income bringing money to them. You can hear all there. They just give this just out, probably a private jet of $50 million out of billions of dollars. A lot of money there. You invest, you take your patience, you try to nurture, you try to grow. Like the example I gave you, when you take a fruit, somebody gave you a piece of fruit and you hit the flesh, you hit the seed, that kind of fruit is dead in your hand. But for that is exactly when you have income and you spend the whole money. Because understand that the first knowledge you need to know is that as your income increases, so your expenditure increases. It is natural. Because when your income increases, you start noticing a lot of things you need. You start identifying yourself. Like yesterday, you remember I gave a kind of 5 dimensions of education, and I said there in that lecture, I said the first thing is self-awareness. So the moment you start having money, you start discovering what you are lacking. And by meeting what you are lacking in that circumstance, the next thing is to increase your expenditure. And that is not the best. It is equivalent to the fact that when you are given a fruit, your thinking is to hit the flesh and hit the seed. That is, when you hit the flesh and you hit the seed, what you actually do is that you spend the whole income you have, you are back to zero square. And you work all your life. But what I am telling you is just this. Think and think critically well. Don't hit the seed, hit the flesh alone. The flesh is enough. Try to cut your appetite, your need, your desire within the flesh of the fruit available. And within that range, try as much as possible to put your desire within that flesh. Preserve the seed. Don't hit the seed. Plant the seed. Then the next thing you need is patience. Be patient enough to preserve the seed. Plant the seed. Nurture the seed. And when you are doing this, within a period of time, the seed will grow and will start bear you as many as possible fruit. Will bear you more fruit. Then from a single fruit, you start having 2, 3, 4, 5, as many sources of fruit as you can imagine. And that is what the law of saving is telling you. All right? Am I speaking to somebody there? They don't remove the seed from the mango, okay? Because already they have the tree. The moment you plant the trees are there. You can hit everything. When your incomes are coming, incomes are coming from different perspectives, from different angles, from different sources. You can hit the seed, you can hit the flesh all together. The only thing they may choose to do is if they want to expand the field, they want to have more tree, and from there more investment will start coming, more investment will start coming, more investment will start coming. So you are at minor, okay, at this point now you think about what can I do. What can I do? What you need to do is to invest more. Invest more. When you invest more, you have your privilege. So you have the opportunity to do what? To be able to grow. Now, the first thing, as I am talking, that you need to listen to understand the practical way. When you are starting, the first thing is your income first. But when you are having your income, remember that your expenses will rise along with your income. As you begin to earn more money, like I said, work harder, earn more money, earn more money. You need more money. Money is not enough always. So your income first, your thinking should be, how can I earn money? I mean legally earning money. How can I earn money? When you are earning money, you remember your expenses will equally rise. As you begin to earn more money, your desire and your needs will tend to expand. You need more shoe, you need more shirts, you need nice car, you need this, you need better house, you need better clubbing, you need this and that. Without discipline, listen, oh guys there, oh nice to you, hearing you, thank you, oh hi there. As I'm saying, without discipline, higher income often lead to proportionally higher spending, higher expenditure, and you end up to be at zero. More income, more expenditure equals zero. So you need discipline at this point. It is just like you are getting more fruit. More fruit, okay? More desire to eat everything equals zero. Then stage 2, you remember your savings equals your is the same thing as your seed you are planting. I'm taking the example from the fruit analysis. You know, in fruit analysis, we have two things in a fruit. Every fruit contains two things. The first one is flesh. The second one is seed. And I said your savings is equals to seed, while the flesh of the fruit equals consumption. You're consuming the fruit is equal the flesh. Using the mango metaphor I'm giving you, part of what you receive, that is your income, should be like the seed. And this seed, you reserve this part, this seed of the fruit you are given. Okay, you reserve, you plant, and you invest. So that over time, with patience, with endurance, it produces more fruit for you to eat in the nearest future. If you only consume the flesh and you reserve the fruit, you plant the fruit, you invest the fruit, there's no growth of future yield if you don't do this. But if you do this, there'll be growth in the future yield. Another stage of the law of saving is delayed gratification. Delayed gratification is to learn to postpone your immediate desire in order to build something that will last. You just have to learn to postpone your immediate desire. That is when your income increases. You don't increase your expenditure. You don't increase your need immediately. You delay your desire. You delay your desire accordingly. And this is when your wealth will be like a tree that will generate more and more and more income. Then again, understanding that wealth is not what you earn. Wealth is not what you earn. What you earn is your income, but wealth is what you keep. Your wealth is what you keep. Something you don't spend now, something you don't consume now, but you invest for future purpose. That is your wealth. So if your income is not your wealth, if you are earning, probably a month you are earning $10,000, you are earning 1 million naira, you are earning 1 million cedis, you are earning whatever every month, that is not your income. Sorry, that is not your wealth. That is barely your income. Your wealth is actually what you keep, what you invest, and you expect such your investment in future to yield. That actually is what we call your wealth. Okay? Then again, you move on to next stage, and that is the advice. Start now. Start just tomorrow. Right now, start investment and be patient. Don't be in a hurry. Oh, something here happened to me that I purchased a property worth $1,000 about 15 years ago. And today you can imagine it has multiplied. Can you wait for good 10 years? Not touching that investment. Can you ask yourself, can I wait? Can I wait? Can I be patient? So you need to start your action today. It's only you start your action today, it has to be coupled with your patience to endure, so that your investment will yield something great, something wonderful. And that's exactly what I'm telling you, what you need to understand. Now, when you want to take a step, listen to me. Just listen there. Hi, guys. Listen now. Now, practical step to take to put this lecture into use. It is purely practical. The step one is to set a saving ratio. Set a saving ratio. That is from the income you are earning. Decide what percentage of this income you will save. Oh, for instance, now you are earning like $10,000 a month. You can choose that, okay, I want to start saving like 10% of it. Oh, 20% of it, or more, depending on what you will use. Mind you, this might not work always. At times, you might have certain exigency. Oh, like for instance, now when you have like a natural disaster where you need to spend money, like health challenge of independence or wherever. But this is not always. So the moment your expenditure is always higher than your income, always. So that is a problem. That is a challenge. So the first thing is to set a saving ratio. You set a saving ratio and you try to make it mandatory. Okay, you try to make it mandatory every month. And if not every month, anytime you earn income, it can be daily, it can be weekly, it can be monthly, it can be hourly, or wherever you earn income, you set a certain percentage. And from there, you try to put your percentage ratio into a profitable, reliable, and sustainable investment. Aspect this, you need to be very careful as well. Then number two step, you track all your expenses. Like I said earlier, when your income is rising, your expenditure in proportional form rises as well. So when your income is rising, okay, Your expenses as well rising. But what you need to do, the second step now, once you earn income, you try to track your expenditure. Know where your money is going. Will help you see which want do you actually need. Okay, this will help you a lot to think about. Do I need this? Before you buy something, think about, do I need it now? Can it be postponed? Is it to add to my expenditure or to increase my revenue? You ask a series of questions. Oh, last month you earn like $10. For instance, you spend $10 or you spend $9. This month you earn $10 as well. Your income has increased from 9 to 10. What is happening? You ask yourself. Because last month you are able to save, for instance, $1. But this month now, it is zero. What is happening? Is what you want to buy good for future investment? Can it be postponed? Can you do without it? You ask all these series of questions, thinking about what you want to do. Unless you track your expenditure, it is the second step. The first step is to set a saving ratio. The second step is to track your expenses. Then the third step is to create trees. That is, when you are able to track, when you set aside savings, you are able to save from your income. Then the next thing is to invest that money. You don't keep it in the bank. You don't keep it in the bank. Do I want to invest in real estate? Do I want to buy stocks? We'll come to that one in another series of our interactions on this platform. And that is why I would advise, over there, click, share, like, and subscribe. Always follow. And you see, in the next conversation, we'll talk about how you can invest, that this will not go down into the drain. But as we had today, when you save money, you track your expenditure. The second stage, the third stage is to think about investments. This could be simple, putting money in savings account. No, you don't put your money in savings account. You invest, okay, in productive assets. You invest in stocks. You invest this money, because when you get a fruit and you hit the flesh, you don't keep the seed. You plant the seed. You nurture. When you plant the seed germinates. You nurture the tree, so that the tree will grow. It will not die. The tree will grow. When the tree grows, it will start producing more and more fruit for you. Then number 4, after you have planted the tree, and tree is now germinating, the next stage is you delay gratification. You delay gratification. Okay, that is, when you plant this tree and the tree is about to germinate, you can still sell the tree and spend the money, but you try to resist all the temptation that will push you not to be patient enough for the tree to germinate, to be big enough to start bearing fruit for you. So there will be a lot of temptation that will be pushing you. For how long are you going to wait? For how long are you going to wait? What are you going to do with this? No, you can't wait for this. No. Delayed gratification is what you need at this stage. You endure. Then leaving this one, okay, Adjust as your income rises. You need to adjust because you have delayed your gratification now. Your income is now increasing. Money is now coming from different sources now. Don't think what you need is to increase your income. You don't need to increase your, sorry, you have to adjust. You don't need to increase your expenditure. Oh, you have delayed your gratification now, and the income has started coming from different streams, but it is not stable enough. So you have to adjust as your income rises. That is, when your income goes up, avoid inflating lifestyle immediately. You don't inflate your lifestyle. Oh, I need a new, I need a better car. Oh, I need a nice suit. Oh, I need a nice home. Oh, I need designer clothes. Oh, I need this, I need that. No, you don't need it. Increase saving rate. That is what you need first. Increase your saving rate again. Okay? Later, you can update, you can increase your spending on necessities. On necessities. You don't buy just something that is not important for you. Mark my word, you increase your spending on necessities. Okay? Then the last one, review always. You review this pattern. Am I draining or am I online in line with the reality of my plan? Am I monthly or quarterly? Check your income, check your expenditure, check your savings, check your investments. See how close you are to your goals. It is very important. You check. You check all these things. You check, is your income increasing? You have to know. Maybe you do this thing quarterly. You do this thing monthly. You check your income. You check your expenses. You check your savings. You check your investment. And see how close you are to your goal, to your plan, how close you are to all these realities. This maintains awareness and help you to take a corrective action wherever you are derailing. And these are the steps you need. These are the steps you need. Any question, please? Any questions about this finance? Any questions about this step? Let me repeat myself while you are preparing for your questions. Number one, taking this step. I said number one is to set saving ratio. You set certain percentage of your income to be saved for future investment. Number two is to track all your expenses. You have to monitor your expenses so that you are not derailing. Number three, you invest your savings. You don't just keep the savings there. You invest your savings. You invest your savings. Then number four, you have to embark on delay gratifications. You delay. Wherever as your income is increasing, there will be a temptation to increase your expenditure. No, you don't do it. You delay. You try to calm down yourself. Rather, you embark on more. Then number five, adjust as income rises. That is, when your income is rising now, there can be another further temptation. You adjust in favor of more investment, more savings, from savings to investment. Okay, then the last one is you review. And when you are reviewing under this one, it can be monthly, it can be quarterly, it can be half a yearly. You check your income, You check your expenses. You check your savings. You check your investment and see how close you are to your goal. Thank you and God bless you. So till we meet again, remain friend to Easy Life for You Media. Thank you and have a blessed working day. Regard, top up to you. Thank you. Thank you. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share so that many will benefit from this gift. Thank you over there. Bye for now.